My name is James Williams Jr. and this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This video is not for children, and this video is probably going to offend some of you people. Alright? So I'm going to be honest with you about this right now. First, I want to say that my prayers are with the young man from the university who finally made it home and apparently has been in a coma for a year. Now, please don't take this wrong. My heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to his family. But see, I'm from the generation of, if it ain't yours, don't fucking touch it. Alright? When I was younger, there was a young man whose parents was diplomats, and his parents had diplomatic immunity. And this young man decided he wanted to go to Singapore and raise a big stink. So he started taking apart stop signs. And I've told you guys this before. That you don't go into foreign countries and break their laws or their rules. You don't bend rules in a place that you don't know how things work. This young man, and I respect him, he went from my state to Korea, North Korea, and he fucked up. It's just as simple. He fucked up. Now, everybody who was with him should have been more prepared for this dumb shit. And they should have stopped him from doing that. And none of this shit would have ever fucking happened. Now, I'm sorry the young man is in a coma. I'm dreadfully sorry about that. And, like I said, this may offend people. You know. And the truth is the truth. When I was younger, the guy to Singapore, he got a Singapore caning. I do not remember his name. He's famous. I'm sure he's famous. I'm sure he's infamous, and he hasn't forgotten. And he's probably never stepped foot out of America ever again because of that. This here is a cautionary tale of what you don't do when you go to a foreign country. You must remember that you are a visitor. You do not own anything there. You do not rule anything there. And you, above all else, do not have the right to break their laws. Now, I'm not saying learn their language, but if you're going to live there, you know, you might want to learn their language. If you're going to be there for a week or two, you know, stay in places that only speak English, if you're American, and don't touch nothing that you didn't pay for. You sleep in a hotel, that's what it's for. You sleep there. If you see something that you admire and you can't pay for it and they won't let you have it, it's done. Don't ask about it. Make sure it's still there when you leave so that you don't have this problem. Now, this young man, as brave as he is, he was not exactly in the right for what he done. He took a poster. He went there with a religious group. And the people in the religious group should all fucking be slapped for letting this shit happen in the first place. And I know you guys are thinking, well, why are you victim blaming? No, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm blaming his motherfucking friends. Because if they was really his friends, they would have never let him do that shit right now. Or right then. They would have never, ever, ever let him get caught up in no shit like that. My friends would never have done me like that. But more importantly, when I was 23 years old, things were different. These young people today don't seem to understand it. Things have consequences. And that's why I'm making this video. So that all of you guys know there are consequences to our actions. We pay so we can watch cable TV. If you steal cable, you're looking at possibly a 5-year sentence. You know, if you steal somebody's phone, you've taken property that is not theirs, you're looking at a 5-year sentence. And that's just small potatoes compared to if you were a bank robber, if you were a murderer or a rapist or a terrorist of any shape or form. Now, like I said, this is a cautionary tale, and my prayers and my feelings toward this is just really fucked up. And I feel for the guy's family, and I feel for him. Because at 23 years old, I'm sorry, you're grown. You're old enough to fucking know better. You are in a foreign country, in a foreign land, with foreign rules. So you do not break, bend, or slap the rule makers in the face. And whether you went there with the purpose of God, or whether you went there just to be a douchebag, you don't break the rules. Now again, this video may have offended all of you people, and I'm sorry. I'm truly, truly sorry. But here's the hardcore truth about that. You can't go to other countries and do what the fuck you want. You can't. You know, they say anything goes in Canada. That's not 100% true. I've been to Canada. Not anything goes, but you can get away with a lot of stuff. Now, you can't get away with murder or any of that other illegal, stupid shit, but they do have places where if you smoke weed, they have weed cafes and shit like that. I don't know where they are because I don't smoke weed, but I have friends who I went to Canada with who have told me about these places. All right? Strip clubs. You can convince a young lady to engage in further sexual activities after you leave the club, and technically it's not called prostitution. But in that same breath, you kind of have to be aware that 15 will get you 20. No. Now, most of the states around the world and countries around the world, the age of consent is 18 if you're grown. In some states, in Virginia and in America itself, the age of consent is 16, but nothing below 16. So here's my tip to you. If you're anywhere and you're out to get some, you should probably check her ID. And if she wasn't born past 1982 or 92, your ass is going to jail. And if she doesn't have ID on her, run. Now back to the serious news. Alright, so he's home. I don't remember his name. I'm glad he's home. I'm glad he's safe. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're related to this young man. I completely apologize. But I have mentioned this before, and I will mention it again. His life is straight up a cautionary tale about what not to do when you go to a foreign country. There are things you do, and there are things you don't do. And what he did was something that you really should not do. You know, it's just a fact of life that when we go visit other places, don't think because we're American, we have the right to do whatever the fuck we want. We do not. What you have is the right to visit places and respect it. And here's the thing. The world does belong to everyone. But your part of the world is where you were born and where you live. When you go to someone else's part of the world, there's only one word for you. Respect it. Respect it. Respect the people in that world, and you can come home safely. Don't do stupid shit. You don't know strangers. You stay with the group that you came with. You don't go somewhere with people you don't know. You don't go anywhere other than your hotel, and where you, if you want to go on a tour or some stuff like that, you go. But you make sure that you're going to get dropped back off where you came from. Don't deviate, don't sidestep, don't go anywhere other than where you're supposed to go. You want to tour the Great Wall? You tour the Great Wall. And yes, I know that's in China, not Korea. You want to tour Ho Chi Minh City. I believe Ho Chi Minh is in Korea. I just don't think it's in North Korea. But wherever the hell it is, you want to do that. You want to go look at the Emperor of Korea's tomb and all that shit. You go look at all that. But then you come the hell back home. You don't spit on their sidewalks. You don't spit on their people. You don't piss on their sidewalks. You don't cuss anybody out. And you stay with your group. And you go only with someone who's been there before. Now, I know people are thinking, damn, James, you're an asshole. Yes, I am. But everything I tell you is hardcore fucking truth. And I learned this when I was 12 years old because of the Singapore caning of an American who was not of color, who went to their country, unscrewed some damn stop signs, and thought that shit would be cool to play Captain America with their windshields. Now, again, when you go to other countries, and I'm going to end this video because I'm probably going to lose all my followers with this, but I'm going to end this video with this. If things like this did not happen, there would be less problems in the world. But if he had real friends, they should have talked him out of it instead of talking him into it. He probably would have never had any of these problems. He could be graduating with the class of 2017 right now instead of laying at home in the hospital because some assholes thought it would be a good idea to not convince him to not take property that was not his. No matter how you slice it, stealing is stealing, people. So when you go to foreign countries, please don't touch anything that doesn't belong to you. I'm James Williams Jr., just come for having number 2, and I had offended you for the last 8 minutes and, 9 minutes and 45 seconds of your life that you can't get back. I'm sorry. If this is offensive, I'm sorry. But it is also the truth, and the truth is never pretty. But you get that shit out the way. Again, I'm James Williams Jr. Come for number 2. This is 10 minutes of your life that you can't get back from the actor who has not been discovered, that you don't know who I am, but you will be seeing you.